In this short video, I want to talk to you about conjunctions. Conjunctions are words that join sentence elements together. There are two main types of conjunctions. Actually, there are three, and there may be even some other types too, but the two that concern us most in this study that we're doing are subordinating conjunctions and coordinating conjunctions. We'll come to this category next. After this, we'll work with coordinating conjunctions first, and then we'll go to subordinating conjunction. The subordinating conjunctions are a little harder to recognize than the coordinating. If you can remember this little trick, mnemonic device for coordinating conjunctions, you'll catch them every time that they actually are joining sentence elements. All right, and the word is fanboys. Now, I have no idea what a fanboy is. I don't think it's anything, but there are only 7 coordinating conjunctions in English. And we can use the first letters of each to make up the word fanboy so that you remember that. Now, the words are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Now, you have to be careful with how words work, because they change their function and their identity depending on, they change their identity depending on their function in the group of words they're in at that particular moment. So the word so might very well be an adverb. We tend to use it that way nowadays when we say something like, that's so yesterday, or something like that. And for can often be a preposition. I bought the purse for my wife. Okay, so the for my wife is a prepositional phrase. So it just depends how it's used in that group of words you're looking at. And you have to be able to recognize, wait a minute, this word in this position, in this group of words, is not combining elements together. Like a rubber band or glue or Velcro or whatever you want to think about it. In that case, it's not a conjunction, you know. Now, there are some of these words that will almost always stay conjunctions, like and or. And but. Well, there's one exception for but. When but means except, then it's a preposition, like all but Jerry signed the petition. So can we say all except Jerry? Okay, then at that case, but is not a conjunction, it's a preposition. But and or, I believe, nor also will almost always stay conjunctions. These others, it just depends. But when they're used as joining elements, there are going to be 7 of them, and you can remember it by fanboys. Now, let's see how it works, okay? Let's go, John and Bill went to the store. So here you see that this conjunction is combining 2 subjects, because here's the verb. Who or what went? John and Bill. So you have 2 subjects, a compound subject we call it, and the 2 subjects are being combined by the word and. That's a conjunction producing a compound subject. Now let's see what we have here. How about Jenna or Jill will play the game. Now this is also a conjunction. Now at this point we have a compound subject. It's a little weird because this doesn't end up meaning a unity of 2. It means a division, a split, right? One of the 2. But nevertheless, technically we call it a conjunction. So this is still your conjunction. Now, let's see. I will either work or sleep tonight. Now here we have the or again, but I want to show you that sometimes they come along with helper words, and we call these correlative conjunctions, okay? We don't need to know that. That's either is like that. Sometimes it's either or. It shows up in harmony with each other, like a pair. But this is still the conjunction. This is still a compound verb. Do you see that? Because this is the verb now. I, subject, will work or sleep. So sometimes conjunctions produce a compound verb. They join two verbs together. But notice that the element that they're joining are verbs. Here it's subjects, here it's verbs. Okay. The water flowed over and under the bridge. Now notice that at this point, this is a prepositional phrase. And the conjunction is combining two prepositions together. And here's the object of the preposition. So, though at times they'll join two prepositions. But notice what they're doing. They're called coordinating conjunctions because the elements are the same. It's two subjects, two verbs, a verb with a verb, a subject with a subject, here a preposition with a preposition. And now watch this. He will eat the cake and we will leave. Now I could have put or we will leave. I could have put a couple of these in there. He will eat the cake, so we will leave. Notice what the conjunction is combining now. It's combining a sentence pattern, a pattern with another pattern. We have the verb, the subject, the direct object. That's a type of pattern. I think that's pattern number 2, was it? And then we have verb and subject. This was pattern number 1. So this conjunction here is combining two patterns together. And those are equal elements, patterns, a pattern with a pattern. So it's not combining a pattern with a preposition or something like that. So coordinating elements balance things out. If they are going to combine things together or come between things and produce them as a unit, it's going to be two verbs, a verb with a verb, a subject with a subject, a direct object with a direct object, an indirect object with an indirect object, a pattern with a pattern, a clause with a clause. You get the idea. That's coordinating conjunctions.